Morning, morning, and moon sweet friends. It is Moonwind Fairy here to do your weekend vibes general reading. So yeah, general reading just means if you see this, there might be a message here for you. If not, I'm just telling stories. All right, let's see what's going on for this first spring weekend. Woohoo! Ooh. Ten of Swords. Swords represent our thoughts and our intellect. The Wheel. The Wheel is the completion of a cycle. It's destiny, fate, and good fortune. Two of Cups. Cups represent our relationships, our emotions, and our feelings. Two of Cups is very much a commitment card. It's kind of like deepening those emotional connections with those around you. Two of Wands. Wands represent our energy, our enthusiasm, and our passion. Queen of Cups. Cups represent our relationship, our emotions, and our feelings. Wowsies. So we got some good stuff going on. So I think this is our first spring weekend. I just taped Friday's daily vibe, and it's really kind of uplifting. It feels light and lots of high vibration. So I think we're really moving away from this kind of energy. And if we're not, we are going in that direction. Ten of Swords. Now, Ten of Swords is about being betrayed, stabbed in the back. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. But it's also, the 10 is right before the court cards. So this is like, it's time to heal this stuff. These thoughts are just floating around your head, not doing any good. So that's where the Wheel comes in, because healing these thoughts, you're going to be ending or completing a cycle. You're going to get off that hamster wheel of negative thoughts, or, going into that kind of, not victim mentality, but it's like, oh, that so-and-so did this to me, or, I'm just done with this person. It's like you're done with that. You're ending this cycle of kind of being on this hamster wheel, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Having the same thoughts and expecting things to be different. Because on the other side of this healing of these negative thoughts is destiny, fate, and good fortune. The good stuff. Because, Queen of Cups. She's all about kindness. She's emotional healing. She's intuition. She's unconditional love for self and others. This is a very compassionate energy. So I think that what you're doing, or what we need to be doing, is healing these negative thoughts. We're getting off that hamster. We're ending that cycle of either having that victim mentality or being angry and frustrated by everything. We're saying like, no, I'm going to trust my intuition, and I'm going to unconditionally love myself and others. I'm going to see the best in people, or believe that. And I think, and being grateful, but this is kindness. She's showing kindness to yourself and to others, because it's time for you to, Two of Wands, start planning for your future. Get away from this past traumas. This is past traumas. Done. We're getting off the hamster wheel. We're ending that cycle. So there's destiny, fate, and good fortune. Planning for our future. Being kind to ourselves and others, and unconditionally loving self and others. But this is also trusting our intuition as we go. Because you're deepening, wanting to, and needing to have deeper emotional connections to those around us. So it's like, and it feels very much like this shift. Collectively, it feels like, and I use social media all the time, but we're getting away from the superficiality and like really connecting again with people. You know, having those conversations, doing things together. I say when I went to Scotland, it just felt like going into a time warp. It felt like the 1980s. It just felt different. I don't know. But I think that's where we're collectively going. We're getting away from the superficiality of, you know, hiding behind screens and that kind of thing. We're wanting and needing to connect with people. So let's see what else we got here. The Fool. Because we're taking some risks and we're following our bliss. We're off on a mighty big adventure. Three of Cups. Cups, because we want to be around people that are, we want to be around our kindred spirits. We want and need to be around those that love us, that believe in us, that build us up. That's what I'm saying. And it's gatherings. It's, you know, hanging out with your people. Four of Swords. Swords are our thoughts and our intellect. So, because it's really important to do a lot of self-care and self-love. Now, you could be recuperating from something, you know, because you've got the Ten of Swords. And it could be loving yourself and caring for yourself could really be healing the past traumas. But you could be physically ill and healing from that. The Hanged One. So you just need to let this stuff go. So what I think we got going on is we got to heal these past traumas. We've been carting around with us long enough. We may be physically needing to heal. This is rest. This is deep, intense care and self-love. But Swords could also do with our thoughts. And it could be kind of being stuck in some kind of victim mentality, or really needing to heal and forgive something or someone. But mostly it's important to love yourself, to care for yourself. You need to let stuff go. Allow the divine will of the cosmos to take over. End the cycle of negative thoughts. You know, really practice being kind, unconditionally loving yourself and others, being kind, trusting your intuition, because it's time to take some risks and follow your bliss, off on a mighty big adventure. It's time to start planning for that future. It's time to get excited about the future, because you want to be with your peeps. You want to be having those emotional connections. And you got Two of Cups. You know, it's important to be more present with people, with your loved ones, being there, gatherings, you know, having people over for dinner, just stuff like that. So I'm going to say, what am I going to say it is? I'm going to say, I think it's important. So the weekend vibe is definitely ending a cycle. We're ending a cycle. Do we have that before? I don't know. Yeah, I think it is deepening emotional connections, or just emotional connections. I think that that's what this weekend is about. You know, we're still maybe healing. We're still maybe going through some stuff, but we're loving ourselves. We're being kind to ourselves. We're unconditionally loving ourselves and others. You know, we're letting go of the drama, whatever. We're ending cycles that aren't good for us, so that destiny, fate, and good fortune could come along. That's what I'm going to say. This weekend's vibe is destiny, fate, and good fortune. Because on the other side of letting go and the cycle is all the good stuff, you know. Anyway, that's what I got for you. This weekend is destiny, fate, and good fortune. Thanks for hanging out with me. You have a blessed and beautiful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Blessings and love.